Hello, this is Head Rat, and welcome to another Minecraft video. Today, we're not on any of the other worlds you've been on, as you might have guessed by the fact this is my other world series. This, in fact, is my original world. The first time I ever played Minecraft, this was the view I had, with one exception. There used to be a giant mushroom over there, a brown giant mushroom. Apart from that, this was the first place I started, or to be perfectly accurate, it was just up there on the side of the mountain. This was actually one of my first homes, but it wasn't the first one. I believe it was an emergency one when I got caught out one evening. My first home is actually still up here, although I have, well, modified it slightly. This is my original home, where this door was here. That's literally where I spawned, on the side of a mountain looking down into this valley. And this was the view that greeted me, and pretty much straight away, this view on its own was enough to hook me on Minecraft. It was just an awesome view. I mean, you've even got a little tree up there at the top of that impossible mountain that's up there. And, well, yeah, it was a bit of a drug straight away. It got me hooked straight from the word go. And look who it is. It's Orange Herobrine, wearing what looks like my armor and wielding what looks like my sword. But hey, that's okay, buddy. You can bother them. That's fine. Right. So I'm going to take you on a tour of my house while it starts to get dark. Should be nice and safe in here as long as no one's left any doors open. So this was the original cave. I have widened it out a little bit, but I have left the walls as rock because I wanted it to look a bit like a cave. Some of these chests have been here quite a long time. That's why I didn't want to move the last ones. Down here, this room is the cellar. This is where I now keep most of my storage. This was going to be my snow room, and I kept a snowman in here to try and make lots of snow. Sadly, we're in the wrong kind of biome for that to happen, so it wouldn't happen. No, this can't be your room. You've got your room. We'll show you your room if you've forgotten where it is later on. So here's the main hallway. I say main hallway. Literally this house is built in the mountain. So there's not really a main anything. This is it's my lounge. I've got some of my dogs around here. And looking out, you can see over the desert. Over there was my first proper home. There was one of those sand temples, desert temples, which I converted into a house, and we'll go over there and have a look at that in the morning. So yeah, here's the living room. There is a chimney that goes all the way up, and when we get to the very top, you might even see little bits of smoke coming out of the top of it. As you can see, I've got sort of different decor going on in here, and my carpet. This actual building, this sort of cutting out the middle of this. So out here we have got the balcony, and you can see up there my wizard's tower. On the top of the house is the rooftop garden, and down there we have got mobs, lots of mobs. Oh, spider rider, nice. You can see my farm area, and over there is the castle. That was actually my second home after I moved out of the sand temple, the desert temple. I moved over into this castle. Can't quite remember why I moved such a short distance. I think I was just trying to build something, and we'll have a look at the castle in the morning. But it is night time now, so we'll take on the rest of the tour of the rest of the house. We've got up and down, so we'll go up. Why not? Oh dear, one of my flowers appears to have despawned on there. Well, here we have my Tower of Wizardry, and it's guarded by a metal door. Oh no, how can we possibly get in there? I don't know, but this is a very suspicious looking painting. Well done. There is a lever there, which will open the door, and then to make sure you can't be trapped, you can flick that switch. That's a chest. I was thinking of putting another chest there, so that I could use it for teleporting up lots of goods to the top. because not a nether chest. What's the word I'm looking for? But anyway, one of those chests that you can teleport stuff in. But I decided not to in the end. And here we have, this is the walkway around my wizard's tower, and you can see for miles and miles. The desert temple is all lit up over there. You can see on my original road that went off to the desert temple, and over there you can just about make out a cobblestone road, and that leads off to another one of my homes in a village. We might head off down that way, but I'm in the process of still building that one, so it could take a while. Let me see now. Here we go. This is my wizard's tower, and we've got all the obligatory type of things. We've got the ender chest. That's it, not an ender chest, an ender chest. Here we have my enchantment table, surrounded by the required numbers of books. A bit of storage of things. Nice bed to sleep in when you're up here wizarding late at night. And this is potion sort of area. I have got an infinite water source here, but I still like to have a water source available for when I'm doing potions. But he's being a bit naughty today. That's fine. So we'll go back down to have a look at the rest of the house. Okay, so you guys probably have figured it out already. I'm sure I've told several of you. But Orange Herobrine and Zombie Monkey are my sons. And they can, well, they're good boys most of the time. But they can misbehave in these videos. You never know what you're going to get. Right, here's my rooftop garden. I've got plenty of different foodstuffs. And I used to have one of every tree. I'm not sure if I still have. In the rooftop garden somewhere. Down here is my chimney is down there from the living room. I can't quite see it from here. I did obviously have to fence it all off to stop mobs from coming in and wrecking the joint. But there is a way to get out if I need to cross over the fence. I'm sure I've got a gate in there somewhere. But there you can see the chimney, and no smoke at the moment, but we're probably at the wrong angle to see it. Anyway, so I have got numerous sort of homes and villages that I've populated all around the place. We won't go to visit them all today, but hopefully we will get to see at least one in the village of Moansville. Anyway, I called it Moansville because no matter what I did, there always seemed to be zombies moaning under the ground. So wherever you went in the village, you got moaning zombies. So hence Moansville. I'm not terribly imaginative with my names, I don't think, because it's called One Horse Town. Funnily enough, that has horses in it. Here we have Herobrine and Zombie Monkey's bedroom when they come to stay. And here's mine. And the astute amongst you will probably recognize the layout. Looks fairly similar to someone else's bedroom, but we don't mention him. Here is my balcony. I put the fire up there to stop mobs that were spawning on the side of the hills coming and attacking me. And so whenever I come out here at night, I just have to make sure there's nothing around that's going to have a go. Hello, Herobrine, or Orange Herobrine. Should we get some sleep? And then in the morning we'll go outside, and hopefully there won't be too many creepers around the place. And good morning, and we're back here for the day time. Here we go. Guest quarters. Right, I'll just show you the rest of the downstairs here. I've got my walk-in closet. That's got all my sort of cloth and leather and things like that. The blacksmithy has all of, well, funnily enough, the metals and armors and things that we have got going in there. The kitchen You'll never guess what's in here. Yes, indeed, it's food production. We've got cooked food or ready-to-eat food. There's not a lot of that. There's the fridge, so you, traditional fridge. Press the button and it dispenses food for you. And here's my raw storage. Obviously, you've got to keep the raw storage separate from the cooked storage. Okay, it's just basic health and safety. And down here, this section is actually where I was going to build like an underground. The idea was I was going to build an underground rail station that would take me to all the different places on my world. But we'll go down and have a little look. See, when I dug down here, oh, creeper, run! Nicely done. I'll get rid of him. Yeah, I really don't want a creeper blowing up
have a great time.
the whole place here. There's another one. There's a whole bunch of creepers down here. It's not, I haven't fully tamed this section yet, and I know it's just below my house, so perhaps I should do. But this is kind of a fairly recent discovery. Got this whole sort of crevasse right underneath my home. I think I have had a look around and checked out most of it, but I haven't quite got enough torches down to stop all the spawns yet. That's something for another day. I think Orange Herobrine has jumped in. There he is. But you can get back out Orange Herobrine. You just need to climb up somehow. I've forgotten now. It's been a while since I've been on this world, to be fair. Since I started making videos, I don't think I've played it very much. Well, let's go then, and let's have a look at the rest of the outside before it gets night time again. So as you can see, the train station the underground well, that idea was dropped once I discovered that that sort of ravine there. And after that, I decided that, well, I could still build a train station, but one thing I needed to do was to know exactly which direction to start building the train station in, because otherwise you could end up building the rail track in, because otherwise you can end up losing an awful lot of iron if you head off the wrong way, and a lot of time as well. So I decided before I start building any railway systems, I would build a road system, and so that's going to take a while. But I'll just have a look around the farm area here. Traditional sort of farmway. This is your standard sort of chicken coop. Down here, you've got the chickens in some water, and the eggs just drop into here, and you collect them. I've got quite a lot of eggs. In fact, I'll need to find a use for them as well. Over here, we've got the various animal paddocks, and my castle. Now, the castle used to be a little bit more dressed up than it is today. I kind of emptied it out when I went on my travels and decided to leave this area and go searching. So it's fairly empty. I think there's a bed gone. No, the bed's still here. I've still got my original ender chest as well. It's not this area was open. It did used to be like a balcony area, but unfortunately I kept getting attacked by spiders, so I had to put glass in the windows. Up here is the roof with the battlements, of course, and I have spent many an hour sitting up here and blasting away at bad guys as they wander past, feeling very smug and happy until spiders turn up, and then they just climb up the walls and eat my face. So that's the castle. It's one of my first ever builds. In fact, probably the first home or building that I ever built in Minecraft. So as you can see, the ceilings are exceptionally low, and well, cobblestone seemed like a good idea at the time. Oh, hello, Orange Herobrine. You're on a horse. Why not? Let's go for horse riding. Okay, so we're going to go along here. You can see I've got this area all lit up. I do have a mine over here, and this is my. Oh, we won't go in there. It's a little bit low. But that's where I do most of my quarrying, and originally quarrying and then became a mine later on. If we follow the path, it'll take us over to the sand temple, the desert temple. And there's a place to tie up your horse. So I'll get off. At least I would get off if I can remember the key that makes you get off. I wonder if we can... no, we can't. Right. We can't use both use the same one, I'm afraid. So I don't have a spare. But I will lead you over here and tie you up on this one. There you go. You can stay there. Okay, so let's have a little look inside the desert temple.